Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about Eli Ricks sending a cryptic message on Instagram, on Twitter. Also, Jalen Hurts was perfect, literally perfect. And lastly, Andrew Mukuba gets first team reps, not towards the end of practice, but the very beginning. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, we're going to go over the camp notes just a little bit. I'm probably going to say stuff you guys already heard. Camp was, like 57 minutes, 58 minutes. It was under an hour for sure because we prepare as of today for the Cleveland Browns to come into town. That's going to be the real test for the team. So I guess there's like, we don't want to risk injury, go too hard today because we know Wednesday, Thursday is going to get real. All right, so before we begin, we all knew that Landon Dickerson was injured. He was hurt, might miss a game or two. We see how that go. So everybody wanted to know who's going to be the left guard. Are we going to actually move Tyler Steen? Is he going to stay at right guard? We're going to put somebody else there. And that's exactly what we did. So we had Brett Toth at left guard and they had Tyler Steen at right guard. And I should have thought of this at the time. What Jeff Stoutland liked to do, he don't like to move starters in other positions if he really don't have to. Like, for example, if it's Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson, right? If Tyler Steen get hurt, he's not going to move Landon Dickerson to the right side, then move somebody else to the left side. He's usually just going to play the backup. Like, he's not going to weaken the spot to try to strengthen another spot. He usually keep those spots the same. Just have the backup come in. And so far, Brett Toth been getting a lot of second team reps and first team reps as well. So I guess he like, let me just sub him in. Then they had Darian Kennard as the swing guard. He's subbing for Tyler Steen. He is subbing for Brett Toth. So that's how it look like it's going to be. Am I the biggest Brett Toth fan? Not really. But Jeff Stoutland really liked this guy. Hopefully the development is there just in case. We need him for 1 game, 2 games, maybe 4 weeks. We don't really know how long Landon Dickerson will be out. He is week to week. Hell, he might not miss no games, but we need Brett Toth if he's going to be that guy next up to play at a high level. But speaking of like starters, this, that, and the third, let's talk about Andrew Mukuba. So the very beginning of practice, Andrew Mukuba started at safety. This is really good. This is, Andrew Mukuba's time to show what he got. I know a lot of people think I don't like Andrew Mukuba. It's not that. I just don't think he's ready just yet. But if he is, start him. Let the best guy start. I haven't heard good or bad about Andrew Mukuba. All I heard was that he was started the very beginning of practice. Then him and Sidney Brown switched out. And then there was even dime packages. It was Sidney Brown and Andrew Mukuba on the field at the same time. So it's an interesting battle. And I will say this, even if Andrew Mukuba doesn't start at safety, we will see him on the field because Andrew Mukuba, one of his strengths coming out of college is that he can cover. So you can put him and Sidney Brown on the field at the same time. And especially when you got multiple DBs on the field at the same time. So it's good for Andrew Mukuba. He's in that race. He's in that fight. A lot of people think that if he didn't get hurt, he'd probably be starting. Maybe. I don't think so. But again, this is a good sign for Andrew Mukuba. Shout out to him. I also want to talk about the other DBs, Eli Ringo, Adoree Jackson, even Eli Ricks. Let's talk about Jakorian Bennett as well. So Eli Ricks had a really good day. He had a couple PBUs. And, he decided to go on Twitter, send a little cryptic message with laughing emojis. And then I don't know what he's trying to say, but I know I've been seeing a lot of, 53-man roster projections from like the media, from YouTubers, from a lot of people. And a lot of people actually think Eli Ricks is going to get cut. It's the noise getting to him. I don't know. But I will say this. He's still having a great camp. Now we got to see what he do against the Browns. Now, if he shows some against the Browns, They might have to move him up. But again, so far he had third team, second team reps. I don't think he got in with the first team. Again, the practice was 57 minutes. So he probably didn't even get an opportunity to go on the first team reps or whatever. But Eli Ricks continues to have a strong camp. And Jakorian Bennett did not get any first team reps, just second team reps, which makes sense. He's moving up. He was just with the third team. Now he's with the second team. You know, I didn't hear any splash play or anything like that. But at some point, I think you got to squeeze him in the first team reps because I believe, in my personal opinion, you traded for him to get first team reps. I think he should get first team reps. But again, 57 minutes, not too much on his plate. So we'll see what he do against the Cleveland Browns. Now, Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson, another day. They didn't really have the best day. Keely Ringo actually got lucky on one play. Like, Darius Cooper beat him bad two times in a row or something like that. First one, Darius Cooper caught, and then like the second one was like a routine drop, but Keely Ringo was getting beat bad by Darius Cooper. As much as I love Darius Cooper, he's a dog. He can show he can play, but we're talking about our starting corner here. You got to keep up with Darius Cooper. You have to. Come on, Keely Ringo. He ain't Smitty. He ain't AJ. Now, he got potential. Keely, you got to stick with him for sure. You got to stick with him, man. You can't be letting him beat you that bad. Now, Adoree Jackson, I mean, what can I say? Jalen Hurts was 8 for 8. That just lets you know what type of day Adoree Jackson had. Her Devontae Smith was going off, and Jahad Dotson was going off. You know, Jalen Hurts ain't throw no incompletion. So, again, that lets you just know Adoree Jackson's day. But speaking of Jalen Hurts, he was perfect. Can't ask for a better day. It wasn't just dinking and dunking. I mean, 15 yards over the middle, 20 yards here. It was a lot of run plays, I heard. That's why he only threw the ball 8 times. But the 8 times he threw it, it was efficient. It was big plays. Oh, that's what you ask for Jalen Hurts, man. Again, I don't want to deep dive into the star, but we know what Jalen Hurts can do when he's heating up. And he probably just needed that, especially going into the practice with the Cleveland Browns. Because, you know, we treat the joint practice like they games. And let's talk about another star, Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis had some reps with the second team, and he bullied the guard and the center, like a double team, pushed him out the way and got a sack. To let you know, Jordan Davis still have that strength. He can move any guard, any center, any tackle. Even though he lost weight, he can still bully and do his thing. So shout out to Jordan Davis, man. Still being that guy for sure. But last but certainly not least, I want to say his name's Obi Okoronkwo, the guy we got from Cleveland, or the guy that was cut by Cleveland and signed by us. He's starting to move up the depth chart. A lot of people think we're going to keep him over APR, the guy we drafted. They think he might be cut. We cut later draft round picks before. I haven't heard much from APR. I've seen a little bit in the preseason game, but not too much. But they said Obi Okoronkwo, like, yo, he beat Jordan Mailata. He beat Jordan Mailata to get a sack, and we know how hard it is to beat Jordan Mailata. And Obi is having a really good camp. Again, man, he might cost the rook to get cut. We know what Obi could bring. He been in this league for quite a bit. Been a rotational piece. He'd give you 3 to 5 sacks here and there. And, yeah, man, APR got to step it up. APR got a lot of potential. We've seen what he did in college. But at some point, you got to make some noise in the NFL, man. You got to make some noise because these vets, they come in and they looking to take spots. So, Obi Okoronkwo, shout out to him, man. He looking like he's going to be a great rotational piece. We'll see. One of our weaknesses on defense, more than anything in my personal opinion, is the backup edges. Like, is Joshua O'Shea really going to step up? He's having a good camp. We'll see. Is it going to be Obi Okoronkwo? Maybe. And then you have, you know, Azeez Ojulari, who been a tad bit quiet. He'll get a sack here and there, but overall a little quiet. Who's going to be that guy? I'm that guy. I'm that steady rotational piece. We really don't know yet. But right now it's the vets, the young guys not really stepping up too much. I wish Patrick Johnson had like a fair shake. For some reason, we just use him as like a preseason practice squad player. But he always showed potential. He could do something, but he's never in the race to make the team. And I just don't understand. He made it one year and then got cut like the next day. It's just so weird, but maybe it just something we not seeing what's happening with Patrick Johnson. But if you ask me, or what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing, Patrick Johnson is having a decent camp, just not getting the opportunity. Again, I just don't know why. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey man, what do you think and how do you feel? Yeah, short practice, short video, made sense. But we're gonna deep dive into that Browns joint practice, man. We gonna deep dive into it. But how y'all feel about Eli Ricks sending a cryptic message? Jalen Hurts, will that perfect streak continue? And look, man, backups, y'all gotta show what y'all got. I want to see us against Shador and those guys. I really do. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.